Thank you for joining me for this tutorial. In this video, we will be looking at how to create your place cards using one of our Belle Measure DIY template bundles. So for this example, we'll be using the Sage collection. So this is what I've got open on my screen at the moment. When you purchase any of our bundles or any of our individual downloads, you will get a download document, like a download sheet, that will have previews of the templates that you've purchased and links through to the Canva templates so that you can really easily access them and edit them. So today we will be working on place cards, and I'm going to show you how both flat and tent place cards work so that you are really confident in creating your own place cards for your event. So firstly, we will start with our flat place cards. So when you receive your download document, so when you purchase, you'll get this document, open it up. It will come in a zip file, so you just unzip the file and you'll get a folder. This will be one of the documents in the folder. Once you open it, just click on the link and it will open in Canva. If you haven't got a Canva account yet, that's totally fine. You can create a free account, no problem. You can get the pro level if you want to, but you do not need pro in order to use these templates. It's awesome. I love pro. I have pro, but yeah, just be aware that you can completely do everything that you need to do with these templates on the free level. So yeah, you don't need pro. Okay, so we are going to open up this in Canva, and you'll see here with our place cards, and this is the case across, I think, all of our bundles from memory. I think pretty much all of our bundles. Maybe the ones that are graphics based don't have this, but any of the ones that are just like colored backgrounds, they all have two options. So you'll have like a green option, and you'll have this more creamy colored option. So you can choose which one you'd like for your event. I mean, you can even mix and match. So if you wanted to have every second place card green and every other being that cream color, you can totally do that. But I do recommend just picking one of the two options and running with that for your event. So for this example, we're going to use the green. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just delete this second page because we do not need this colorway. So I'm just going to come up here to this little hovering menu above the canvas, and I'm going to delete that page. So now we've just got the one page, which is the green. Now, if you wanted to make any edits to the way that this place card looks, now is the time to do it. So you want to do that before you enter your content. The reason being is if you wanted to, for instance, change the color of the background, but you've generated 100 place cards, you're going to have to go through and change the background color for every single place card individually. Whereas at this point in time, if you wanted to change the background color now, then you'd only need to do that once and it would be correct for all of the place cards. So to change the background color, just like any of our other templates, all you need to do is click on the background, come up here to this little color swatch, and select a new color. So you can select from our default colors, or you can come to this little multicolored ring here with the plus sign, and you can pick a custom color. So you can make it really anything that you want. We're going to leave it as the green, the sage, for this tutorial, but just know that that's how you do that. Same with the fonts. If you want to change any of the fonts, either the fonts themselves or the font color, then again, now is the time to do that. You don't want to be doing that after you've already generated all of your place cards. That would just be really annoying. Okay, so what we want to do is to create your place cards. It's super simple. It is labor intensive to do it this way. That's one of the downsides of DIY templates versus hiring a designer. A designer is able to obviously do this for you and do it in a much quicker way if they're using their Adobe products, because Adobe products, we do have ways of making this process a little bit quicker. But with Canva, it is a little bit manual, but it's DIY and it's great because you have complete control over what you're doing. So all you need to do is duplicate the page to enter your guest's guests' names. So again, in this little hovering menu here, you've got a lock. This is just to lock basically the page so that you can't edit it. We don't need to worry about that. We've got this little icon here that is the 2 rectangles with a plus, or we've got this one here, which is a rectangle with a plus up on the top corner. That's to add a new page, and that will just add a completely blank page. It will carry over your background color, but none of the content. We don't want that. We want this middle one, this duplicate page. So we're just going to click that once, and we've got a copy. Now I'm going to leave page 1 as my default name just so that I can come back to it if I need to, but we will delete that at the end when we're done. All right, so for this example, we're just going to pretend that we have 5 guests. So we're going to come in here and we're just going to enter their names. So we're going to say Dave, we're going to duplicate it again, Mary, Ahmed, Lucy, and let's say John. Okay, so now we've got all of our place cards there ready to go. So now that I know, okay, I didn't make any mistakes, I don't need to revert back to my original. Now I'm going to delete the original as well. So now I've just got my guests' names. Now a really good way of doing this is to have a spreadsheet open with your guest names and just be cross-referencing it. So you can like make a split screen, so you've got the spreadsheet on one side and the designs on the other, and that can be a really fast way of doing this. As I said, it is labor intensive, but it is DIY, and it's it actually will get done pretty quickly. Just make yourself a cup of tea, sit down, you can probably get it done in like 10 minutes. It'll be fine. Okay, so once you're ready, you're like, okay, yep, I love that, they all look good, I've checked all of the names, so go through one by one. Dave, yes, that's how you spell it. Mary, yes. Definitely be sure to check that you've spelt your guests' names right. You want to come up here to the share button, down to download, and you want to download it as a file type PDF for print. So file type PDF for print. We want to go crop marks. We want to flatten the PDF so that nothing can move around or shift or change when you've downloaded it. And we want to make sure that all pages are selected. Now, if you have Canva Pro, so if you did decide to upgrade to Canva Pro, maybe you already had it for a different project or you have it for work or whatever, then you want to be downloading it in the CMYK color profile. If you've only got the free level though, it is totally fine to download as RGB. That is not going to be a problem at all. So you can definitely do that. And then once you've done that, you just hit download and it will download your document. From here, you can take that file to your local print shop and get it printed. And they can generally cut them for you as well. So if you tell them the size, which is 3.5 by 2 inch, they can cut them for you. There will be crop marks on the PDF, which means that's like basically the cut guidelines. If you do print them at home yourself, then that's fine, but you will need to cut them. So I do recommend for that a guillotine. I believe that Officeworks sells them, but you can get them on Amazon. You can get them lots of different places. But yeah, just a good quality A4 sized, or even an A3 size, but A4 for this project would be totally fine. Yeah, and you just cut them up yourself and use those crop lines as guides. And that's super simple. Okay, so we're going to just jump back into our download sheet now. And we're just going to quickly look at the tent place cards because, look, the concepts are actually really similar in terms of how you edit them. But obviously they look a little bit different. So I just want to quickly explain that. So for this, you'll see that it's a much taller design. It's 3.5 across, but it's 4 inches high. And that's because with tent place cards, you fold them in the middle. So you actually fold them in the middle, and that's the back of the card and that's the front of the card. So for this particular design, we have the front of the card looking pretty much exactly the same as the flat card. It's basically the same design, but on the back side, we've added just a little feature. And I mean, you don't even need to have that. If you don't want to have that, you can just delete it. And to delete that, you just click on it and press the little bin and you can get rid of it. But if you like that there and you just want to keep that as part of your, like, it's just like a little surprise and delight detail feature, which I really love with stationery when I see people do this. So you just change it. So to edit the names, you just click into it and you can change it to whatever names you want. So let's just say Mary and Dave. All right, perfect. So now we've got that. And again, to edit the names, we just do it the same way. So we just pop in their names. Done, easy. So again, you want to choose which color you want to use for your wedding day, and you just want to delete the other one. So if we're using that one, we just want to delete the sage and make our edits, and then we want to duplicate and add all of our guests' names, and it's just downloading in the exact same way. Now, when you print these, again, if you take them to your local print store, that's fine. They will cut them for you, and they will score and fold them for you, which is really, really handy. So if you do have the budget and the ability to work with a local print store, I would recommend doing that because it just reduces a bit of work for you. It's still DIY because you've basically done the design work and you're taking it to the print shop to get the rest of it done, but it can save you a bit of time. If you're doing it at home, then that's absolutely fine. Again, I recommend cutting with a guillotine, and then you do really well actually to buy a scoreboard. So I recommend the Score Buddy. It's by scorepal.com, but I believe you can get them on a lot of different craft and like scrapbooking, card making kind of websites, but also Amazon, I'm pretty sure, has them. So I do recommend when you get the scoreboard that you pick one that has inches, because our templates are in inches and this is 4 inches tall, which means the score line will be at 2 inches. So it will just make life a lot easier if you have the 2-inch score line marked, and that will give you that really crisp, nice looking fold that will still have that professional feeling for your tent place cards. So that's what I recommend if you are DIYing these. Okay, so that should be everything that you need to know. If you do have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments below and I will get back to you. Or if there's something that I haven't covered, then that's absolutely fine. I'll answer your questions and potentially even make a second video if there is anything that you are still wondering about. But hopefully that clears it all up and it gives you all the information that you need to create your place cards for your event. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.